Let's talk about perhaps peak oil prices. U.S. President Joe Biden wrapping up his politically risky trip to Saudi Arabia without a firm commitment for a production hike that would ease gas prices at home. Saudi Arabia says that decision is for the broader OPEC Plus alliance to make.
It's not about an agreement. It's about the kingdom's long-standing policy of working to ensure that there is adequate supply of crude oil on the markets. And we follow the supply-demand situation very carefully, and we determine that if there is a potential shortage, that we work on increasing crude oil production by Saudi with our OPEC partners and OPEC Plus partners.
Let's get more from Bloomberg editor Tony Chuchkai in Washington. Tony, so how much was President Biden able to achieve during this trip?
The message today from the from administration officials who were speaking this morning on the Sunday shows is really that gasoline prices in the U.S., prices at the pump, have come down. Now, this is, of course, a political message because Biden is under so much pressure from inflation, and prices at the pump are a big factor in that. Now, the flip side of that is that, of course, they want the prices to come down even more because they're still extremely elevated, historically speaking, in the U.S. And Biden did not really, he got the fist bump, which, as was mentioned earlier, turned out to be sort of a slightly awkward and controversial moment, but he didn't get any firm commitment on oil production increases. That said, we heard today from Amos Hochstein, who was a member of the delegation who went on this Middle East trip. So State Department energy advisor said, well, we're not just looking at Saudi, we're also looking at some of the smaller producers like the UAE and Kuwait to come through for us.
Tony, this was obviously a high-stakes, big gamble for the president. Given that we're just months away from the midterms, given he needed that political win, could it be framed as such?
That remains to be seen. It could, of course, turn out to be one if, in fact, these hints of some kind of action by OPEC or OPEC Plus turn out to be true, and the producers step up a little bit more. We know from Saudi Arabia that they're already producing pretty much at the top of their range, and that's how that comment also fits in from the Saudi foreign minister that you played. But it was a gamble, and it's a big gamble, and Biden certainly needs a win.